The box is sexy for this one. Smurve80. The box is nice. It's a fun, simple box. We have 2 different colors, Smurve80, swag keys, X play keyboards. Tells you some info about the board here, little logos on the side. We'll go over all the stats of the board afterwards too. Again, just to clarify with you guys, this was sent to me for review. I'm probably not keeping this, but I do work for one of the brands that is vendoring this. This isn't by them, but they are vendoring it. I'm going to keep this as unbiased as possible, but you know, take it for what it's worth. If you guys don't like my review style, you guys don't. If you guys do, you guys do. That's just my warning to you guys, that's all. Now, I believe this unit was used by Mr. Neflock for photos, so it might not be in like perfect condition, just as an FYI. This is the pre-built unit, but we are going to tear this apart. We got a manual and some stuff, which we'll just leave in here. I don't think I need it right now, and some accessories. I know we're probably all more interested in the keyboard. You know, at first glance, if you really look at this, it does not look plastic. At all. Like one bit. This doesn't give off like a plastic look. So, in case you guys were interested, the bare bones unit in any of the colors, so 79 bucks, I would say is a steal for this unbuilt. You know, it kind of falls in line with the Eve. It's a fun board. And I'm really liking these injection molded projects. I think they're awesome. And then the fully built unit is actually only $99. Which I think is also a steal. And that comes in 2 different colors. I'll show you guys the webpage right now. We'll go over some of the colors that it comes with. This is one of the colors, but fully built, comes in either sandstone or graphite. Beautiful. And then we get Cherry MX Honeys or Cherry MX Silent Reds. Unbuilt, bare bones, if you want to get any of the colors, you can choose between 7U and 6.25U is 79 bucks, which is like fantastic. We can go over some of the ergonomic aspects to this, because if you look at this board, which we'll just hide this for now, the board doesn't follow the traditional keyboard here, which let's pull out our Eve to show us. The Eve still has the comfort of using the cherry profile there, but the Smurve has that extra layer of curve. So it's pretty fun. The whole keyboard is built around this, which we'll tear open and take a look. I think these are the silent switches. Yeah, they are. I think it's fun that we actually got the silent one for the... Okay, you know what? I'm vibing with the silent. Has some extra kick feet that you can pop up. Very like retro inspired there too. And then what I love, we have toggles for Bluetooth, wired, as well as wireless. I like seeing the toggles. I do like how they put it here on the bottom too. So there, you know, the keyboard remains like this very clean visual all around. Again, we're gonna do a teardown of this today and rebuild it with some regular switches here. Fun. I don't think there's much to really demo here other than it's a solid keyboard. I guess let's start taking this apart for now. Plastic clips, so do we just wedge it apart? Is that it? Yeah, I'm also not a fan of the clips. I feel like they could have just done this the same way they did the Eve. I don't know if that helped cut down costs. Hold on, I might have like one of those plastic wedge tool things. This always makes me nervous. Yeah, me as well. Me as well, my friend. Actually, not bad if you tackle it from right where the USB-C is. That was not bad at all. So I guess here looks like another place I can go tackle it. All right, so there's another clip open there. Again, this is for the sake of testing. If I damage this, my bad. But we're just testing things. I wonder if the bare bones unit already comes disassembled. I would want to ask if that's the case. It is what it is. Can't really complain at this price. I do think there's room for a conversation of like how to open this better. Because like you're definitely gonna, if you don't have the right tools, you'll definitely damage something here. Like that's clear as day. At least there's no Phillips screws. Yeah, I guess so. So we have batteries. There's some ribbon cables here, which we're gonna just quickly disassemble one of them here. All right, so teardown, I would say not the easiest, but we have 2 rather large batteries. Would like to see the teardown get improved maybe for future iterations. We have the solenoid, so this is what's causing that that sound. It's basically hammering in this. Cool. Big old daughter board here. And then this is our PCB. I guess these came off as I was prying it open. We have some gaskets. This is our top frame. There's that curve. Actually, it's really easy to see it now. So this is also pretty loaded with foam. I think we're going to leave the bottom foam with this today. Actually, wait, no, this is silicone. Maybe we just get rid of all the foam. Would that be easy to do? I assume so. But this essentially, which is hilarious, has 5 PCBs linked up. This is technically connected with 5 different PCBs. There is a 7U version, yes. I don't think this is the 7U version, but there is a 7U version. So I don't know if this is like entirely meant for us to open up, because this is also using more of the like adhesive foam that we've seen on boards. Maybe we don't remove the foam today, but I also did want to just for funsies. I don't know if you guys want me to. Again, maybe the intention here isn't for us to open this up completely. And maybe the intention is just for people to open this up in case something goes wrong, but... Well, that's how they make this curve possible, right? That's how this becomes curved. It sits along a curved plate. So the thin part goes on top. Let's take these all off. Cool. I mean, I'm going to take off the foam. You know what? We'll be careful. Again, this might be a bit of a longer build today because of this, but we'll just slowly take this off. If I tear it, my bad. I think this is glued down in some areas. Yeah, you can tell this is glued down. So again, it is what it is. We're just going to do a teardown. Alex, is the board very light or kind of heavy? It's pretty, I would say it has some weight to it. I get why this needs to be adhered though. I'm not gonna sit here and criticize this. I get why this particular part is adhered. You know what? This is gonna become very, very messy if I do it this way. Let's leave it. Let's just take out the foam from the middle because I think these screws we can actually get to. Let's take this one step at a time. Damn, it kind of feels, it is Phillips screws, yeah. I don't think these are meant to be accessed a lot, so I don't really have a problem with it being Phillips, but I mean, I don't see why this couldn't just be like a hex screw. They are magnetic though. It does seem like these are magnetic, which is fantastic. All right, let's take out the foam now. So we can get a better look at this PCB. Look at this thing. This is so cool. This is so cool. I think it's better that we leave the foam on the bottom, because or else technically this is like a flex cut PCB. Let's leave it, yeah? Come to think about it, that might be a better choice just to leave it. So this whole PCB is meant to do this. It's meant to do this because we're curving it. We're curving it to the plate. That's so cool. Smurve80. Damn. Well, all right, let's put in some switches here. And the tactiles I was thinking of are strawberry shortcakes, I believe these are called. They're a really large bump tactile. All right, let's plug in our ribbon cable here. I'm gonna set it down and we're just gonna test it. Top left gasket, okay. I'm gonna fix some of these and straighten them up. They're squared off, but they have a circle center. So they're not exactly like super easy to get straightened up here, but we'll do our best. Everything seems to be sitting good though. All right, I guess let's just pop the top back on here and then we'll put some keycaps on this. So this should just clip together. Yeah, super easy to put back together though. I think this is going to be one of those boards where I want to encourage you guys to have some fun with it. I don't think this needs to be taken super duper serious. I really don't think it needs to be taken hella serious here. This is such a fun looking keyboard. Again, we'll take this off. We'll do ABS. We'll do the CYL set next, okay? Oh, is the pipe key upside down? I'll fix that right now. It sounds fun. It's so different. I'm not used to this really tall spacebar though. It's been so long. It's fun. I don't know if SA with the curved profile makes it harder or easier to type. I feel like it makes it easier. Yeah, I could try the flip out feet too. Let me see if the flip out feet will help with the SA keycaps. Let's only flip it a little bit. Let's angle this just a tiny bit more. That does help a little bit, yeah. Show us the side profile. I have clickies. So that's crazy because like it's just so curved. That's cool. Okay, let me try the solenoid, then we'll switch to the CYL profile. It's so funny. That's fun. I like this. This is cool. I really like the SA keycaps on it though. It looks cool, but we'll take them off. We'll try the other ones here. So this is now using GMK. We're using the strawberry cheesecake switches. The alphas sound great. This spacebar is a little bit boomy, but like that's kind of what I'm expecting from like a vintage inspired board. We could put a granite switch or just something a little bit lighter to balance it. I mean, right away, Pancake, speaking of that, like I can tell the typing feels a little different. It's interesting. Again, I think I'll need more time to give you guys like a proper explanation of things, but I can tell you right now though, I can feel the difference of having a slightly curved keyboard. It's gasket mounted, and it has a lot of gasket mounting points. It has 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom, 2 on each side. Okay, let me try putting a different spacebar switch in. I'm curious. Let's try the milky yellow first. Actually, paired with the tactile switches, this is like really fun. Let's try the granite switch next. I think the granite's going to be the deepest out of all of them because the granite really depends on the plate, but the granites do make a bit of a... Oh, surprising. See, this is what I mean, depends on the plate. Very close to the milky yellow, just a little bit louder. Now let's try the last switch here. Cherry Nixie. I would say, again, very in line. All 3 switches, I mean, they're all milky tops. I would say very in line with everything. Calligraphies. Oh no, I do have calligraphies right here. We'll do this as the last try here. I can already tell you this is probably the most aggressive out of all the linears. Maybe too aggressive for like my preference at the very least. Fun, very fun board. I think I preferred one of the other linears though. Do I feel like this is more comfortable to type on? Yeah, I do. You can almost immediately tell this feels, I don't want to say more ergonomic, but definitely like more form-fitting in a way. I guess that is ergonomic. It's rather stiff. I think this is even though this has silicone gaskets on it, this is a relatively stiff keyboard. I think what they should have done for this though, there's a mounting point, I think like right here or something. I really think they should have moved those over. Not from a sound perspective, it sounds good. From a feeling perspective, I think it would have like helped a little bit with making the thumb area for the spacebar area not as like stiff. It's not as stiff as something like a top mount with improperly done, you know, mounting points, but you can tell they're firmer silicone gaskets. Is it enjoyable to type on? Yes. Can you feel the solenoid as you type? Yes. There's a small but subtle vibration of feeling the solenoid. I think the sound signature on this is fun. I really like it. The typing feel is unique, or I should say typing experience. It is unique, man. Like, this definitely feels different out of the box. The price point is right. You know, $79 for something bare bones, or if you want it pre-assembled, $99. I don't love how to access this keyboard. I kind of understand why they're not letting you, access it with just some screw points. I don't think this is going to be a keyboard completely meant for the person who wants to try out new things like foam and stuff like that. Simply because there's also glued on foam to the back of the PCB, and it seems like this board just probably is less of a hassle just to swap your switches. I guess there's also an argument to be made too where I don't love the fact that you can't go in and support the hot swap sockets as you're swapping switches. So you're really going to have to make sure you insert these switches properly. Ultimately though, does it come down to a deal breaker to me? Not really. I don't think this was incredibly difficult to open. Is the board fun? Absolutely. The board is fun. I really, really like it. They nailed the enjoyment of having something like this. They really did. All right, guys. Enjoy. Love you and have a good night. Bye, everybody.